Okay. Test. I think Beastie is molding about something. I'm hearing him mold. I don't know what it is about. I do not want to ask what it is about. Okay. Okay. Let's go and play some Age of Empires. I am already... Goat AoV full streamer. She's here! She's here! You ready for the tea? You gotta wait a little while. I'm gonna play a game to get the mold out of me, and then we can talk about it. Yeah, let me just close my door, otherwise you guys are gonna hear Beastie yapping in the background. Where do you want to be? Inside or outside? Let's go put you in Beastie. Alright. You still got the Tony shirt on? Yeah, actually I have Beasties on. I couldn't find mine. So, beautiful shirt here. We're gonna talk about the shirts too. So, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. And I just, before we get to it, because I'm procrastinating, I've been procrastinating going live as well. I am scared to talk about this. And yeah, that's why I'm procrastinating with one video game as well. As you do. So, yeah. But the tourney shirts are so good. They're so beautiful as well. I absolutely love them. It was a last minute design and they did such a good job. Such a freaking good job. Akame actually made an extra design for them, for shirts, and I want to use it. So, yes. Give me 1 second. Alyona brought me macaroons. And they were insane. I just had the best snack of my life. Okay, we'll play a Rus game. Don't be scared or nervous, enough time has passed. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Technically, I know. I don't know. It still feels kind of scary, right? Because there's still... Ooh. There's still things that can go wrong. Easier than said. Yes, exactly. See, enough time has passed, but for some people who feel wronged in this, it just feels like I kicked the bucket down the road, right? So, ooh, Rus as well. And Carmel, love that. Yes. Let's go soak this guy. Mongols versus Rus. Not a problem at all. So on Carmel, lots of sheep. Now, luckily for me, I'm playing against Mongols, so it's not a civilization that does too well. Ooh. Let's go back. And next one over here. Damn, I was gonna say, am I not gonna run into anything? Oh, yeah, so I've been putting it off a little while. And it's not the healthiest way to deal with stress, right? But it is what it is. Sometimes we stress, and sometimes we stress more. Okay, right over here. So he's already out on the deer. Pretty smart move, if you want to do that. It makes a lot of sense, especially with the civilization starting with a nice little building that can sustain it. Right. Interesting. Now I'm just thinking to myself, do I keep rallying onto food? Probably start rallying onto wood. Now, because I didn't go for 3 scouts, this does make it a little bit more interesting. And I do... Ooh.
Gene Do TV rated
Oh
your
my
channel with
God.
83 viewers.
I hear it's in the genes. Thanks, John Doe. Appreciate it. Yeah, guys. Now, since you're from John Doe's community, I'm guessing a lot of people here want to address the controversy. More raiders for the team. But guys, don't worry. I'm not gonna make a huge expose video on Beastie versus Marine Lord. There's actually a lot more drama that went down that you guys don't know about. Drama that I only found out afterwards. Now I'm gonna give you guys all these like tasters, and then when you find out what the drama is, you're like, what? Yeah. But anyway, I am just excited that we've concluded the LAN, and I can now go back to stressing about my day job and not about the esports job. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I'm actually flying to Germany this week to get ready for Gamescom. So, I'm really excited. Are you gonna grab some popcorn? Ooh. Ooh. Then that means you're ready. Okay, I did get more than enough here. Let me see, Kunky. Forgot to completely stalk this guy. Oh. Oh. Oh no, he was Con 1 last season. Oh my god! Oh my god, this man! He plays this video game. Interesting. I don't know why he keeps losing to people though. Okay, maybe he just didn't play for a while. Okay. What's the J job? Basically, tech. Tech. Let's just say tech. I'm the non-tech tech person. There you go. Alrighty, we have our situation there. Very nice. Let's sell some... Honestly, I would love to sell some food, but let's go see what he's cooking. And I guess we can sell wood instead. Let's push you here. Almost there. And you, sir, just go stand on top of that deer. Make sure he does not run too far away. And professional scouts en route. Come on, boys. Just a little bit more gold. Come on. Actually thought that I was going to have more than enough gold to do something like this with. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. There we go. Alright, now we gotta go see why this man has not aged up yet. Because this is a little bit confusing. But it was for the win? Yeah. If we can manage to gather a win, it will be... It will be very nice. What is he doing? Is this guy tanking his MMR? No, he's not. Okay, never mind. This is really strange. I actually would like to make a stable. I feel like... Oh, how dare you! Okay. Need you to yoink one of these. Timed yoink, guys. Let's go. Okay. I think he's just gonna go for a fast castle. Especially with the looks of that. Put you guys in position. I thought I heard something outside. Which is a little concerning because we're on a very high floor. And there shouldn't be anything outside. Okay. Alright. Okay. What is he doing? Anyway, let's just send that one singular unit to go do the work and decide what's next. Okay. This feels very strange. It feels like something's missing. Is this really the game I'm opening? I've opened his new to ranked. No. He was playing previous seasons. This man is not completely new. Don't let his rank fool you. Not at all. But why is he not going for any gold? Is he still H1? Is he trolling? Oh my god, he's trolling. Are you motherfucker? Are you shitting me? Oh my god, he's trolling. And here I am trying to play a standard game. Having the time of my life. He's in chat. You think so? No. No. Come on, man. Damn it. Ah, that's unfortunate. I think he's just trolling. Oh, what a shame. I was actually so excited to play a pretty standard game here. Oh, come on. It is what it is. Welcome to Age of Empires, everyone. It's actually making 50 spears in Dark Age. That'd be pretty funny. Okay, I guess we'll just go and can't believe this. Come on, man. Okay. Definitely a troll. Oh. Alrighty then. Let's go, boys. Straight for the base. That's unfortunate. Let's go kill all the villagers, make some rams, call it a day. Mr. Scout, come here. Oh. Let's all go collapse under the TC. That makes me kind of sad. I was really excited to oh my god. Okay, I'm kind of a fan. Holy fuck. If he wins this, it's gonna be so fucking funny. Oh my god. Oh, that would be amazing. I can't believe this, guys. It's... I am amazed. You really tried to tell me, Monkey, you did. That was a... What is that? Cinema. What controversy will be addressed? No, Clippy. No. That controversy is not coming close to my channel. That's not my controversy. I'm not touching that controversy. Wow, that was kind of fun, actually. God. Whoa. Ooh. What can I say? That was disgusting. Oh my god. I set up I booked my flight for going to Gamescom already. And I keep getting notifications for the price tag. And every single time a price changes, I'm like, fuck, if I bought 1 day later, I would have saved €5. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I just lost the scouts. Honestly, I commend this man. He is an inspiration. You're here for the controversy? Controversy only starts in one more game. Hello, Flecker. One more game. Thank you very much, Loveridge. I appreciate it. I'll keep that close to my heart. With this, I can buy the big luggage. We have Gamescom coming up, and I sent an essay to Nilly, and I was like, Nilly, I would like to make content for Age of Empires, because I was actually sitting on this. I was talking to my friends about this yesterday. I was thinking, okay, this is gonna suck, because we know that Gamescom might have an announcement, right? But we don't know what this announcement could look like. Firstly, your popcorn's getting cold. You have 30 minutes. I said 8:30. That's enough for one solid game. So better go make another batch. Jiggly's Pro, what can we say? The real controversy. Now we'll start with the good stuff and we'll slide into the controversy. So there's that. There's like going to be a natural transition. So, as we know, you'll have sweet if you're making off. Imagine a nice little caramel popcorn. I think my neighbor is building. How many subs into... I'm not selling myself out like that, I promise. Okay, let us go, Mr. Scout. Very good. We are gonna go and do good running, yes. Oh my god. A sheep this early? Wow. Next one over here. Just want to make sure that they are in the range of the TC, so I don't make those dire mistakes people do, but I think this one has too much overlap. It is what it is. Let's go, boys. Let's get more of the unthinkable. Okay, the fact that I don't have any... The fact that he made a mining camp on stone. What rank is this guy? Oh shit. The fact that I didn't get any sheep is a problem. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I can't believe I just lost to a guy with scouts only. Honestly, a little bit sad.
Good luck. Have fun.
How did this happen? How does this even happen? The fact that I'm always on it. I had so many scouts and I had zero vision. Zero. No! 9! Okay, I'm gonna try to do a little quick cut through. Okay.
Приказы готов. Да. Слушаемся. Идан.
Ooh, does he want a reaction? I don't know about that, Chief. I can't give you reactions on those. Oof. Stuck between a rock and a very stubborn husband.
Банда готов есть.
Me addressing controversies. Am I gonna end up getting myself or Beastie cancelled? Find out in today's episode of Whamen Went Live.
Поребник есть. Часов. Слушаемся.
Okay, we'll just do a little cut through and see what the rest of the loot holds. Deliver. And build. Golden Gate, ladies and gents. It shall arrive, yeah? And we deliver now. Okay.
Поребник есть. Скачан. Золотай есть. Да.
Let's see what he's cooking. Need to see what he's aging up with as well. Oh, I did not mean for all of you guys to join the scouts. That's not ideal.
Идан.
Okay. Let's go get them right on top so the villagers don't need to run all the way to China. Perfect.
Готов есть.
Actually, here. Now I do think I had a little bit of overlap here. Now, 16 and 21 is actually not too bad. Let's just see what I am going to be able to afford over there. Come, come, come. Just need to make sure that there's enough space here for the unthinkable building that I keep forgetting. High trade house. That's the word. That's the word. High trade house. Get me a hoose. Oh, actually, hoose in a different position.
Поребник есть.
Mm-hmm.
Идан.
The fact that he has a mining camp on stone makes me a little worried.
Готов есть.
Not too certain here. Did Nilly reply to my letter? He said forwarded. So we might be in, ladies. So we can possibly, maybe, make some content at Gamescom. We'll see. Okay, maybe. I can make content anyway. But I really want to do it for their social channels because they don't really... How do I say this nicely? AoE's marketing really sucks. Like, their marketing... If you guys go on their Twitter... Oh my god, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. There's just game news. Who cares about game news? Game. Sometimes I'm just like, why do you speak, brain? Why do you speak? Okay. Now, I think we need one more on wood if I want to be a greedy goose.
Готов есть. Сделал. Ворог.
Okay. Boys, come and deliver. We need to build an archery range, yes. Very nice.
Возвращай. Ладно есть.
Okay. Ooh, can I keep on you guys to number 6? I actually thought my hands were slightly bigger. Okay.
Какови.
Let's see how much you got. You made a mining camp for that? Oh my goodness. What a day to be alive.
Какови накатись. Двигаюсь.
Okay. Go pick up the deer. And one of you over here. Perfecto. Now I have a little bit too much on the wood department. It is what it is. Let's quickly get ourselves one of those nice guys. Okay.
Возвратай. Готов есть. Повинуюся. Наказом следую.
Here we go.
Готово идти.
The boys in the house.
Стрела на тетиве есть.
And let's quickly make a run for doing some destruction.
Слушайте.
Boys can potentially help. Okay. Let's go pick up the rest.
Дело на добро есть.
So one single archer should be enough to scare him off, but I'm going for the second. Because he's gonna make Sabahis next. There we go. I don't need another one. It's just wasting some wood. Alright, on to the next one, yeah.
Приходите, воины!
Okay, cool. And slowly but surely we can start. Ooh, I realized that is a little too much in the wood department again.
Опасно есть!
Лук готов. Сделано будет!
Беда есть!
Okay.
Ворог приедет!
Воины, идите!
Лихо есть!
Let's go, let's go.
А? Ладно есть! Скачу, куда велено есть! Направляюсь! Да! Ворог близ стоит! Меня поражают!
Дело есть.
Okay, we need to get our hydrators over here and just make sure we can keep this going. I do have a little bit too much gold. Perfect, there we go. Now, what's gonna happen from here is a little bit more destruction, a lot more good vibes, and we'll see now. Horse archers next. Thank you very much, Fiore. I appreciate it. One more for controversy, just one more. I'm joking, guys. Please never ever believe that. I'm not selling anyone my soul here, I promise. Okay, ladies, I would actually like you guys to go right on top of the deer, yes. Okay.
Исправляйтесь! Напрямик!
I need to move these archers backwards. You guys, ooh, actually. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a transition here. Sounds good to me.
Воины, на брань грядите, воины!
Alright, boys, what I'm thinking.
Идите!
I want to keep these two archers alive.
Дворевник готов! Двигаюсь! Без сомнений!
Слушайте. Добываю успех.
Каковит сделали! Люди, служите готовы! Ворог близ!
Alright, so let's keep going. And I have a wheelbarrow almost. I can't believe it in this day and age.
Лихо есть! Двигаюсь!
Okay. Boys, could we? I don't want to buy food, but I think I might have to. Come on. Good timing, good timing. That's decent enough. We can make it work.
Делайте надо.
Okay, so now I'm going to get my horse archers as required by, as mandated by the lords.
Беда есть! Ворог приедет! Повинуйся! Азаратай! Садитесь, скачите напрямик!
Люди ждут наказы. Слушайте. Люди,
Беда
служите
есть!
готовы.
Ворог приедет!
Люди здесь суть.
Люди здесь!
Mm-hmm.
Люди здесь. Люди служите готовы. Приуготовляйтесь все.
Готов наступать! Стреляют в нас!
Люди служите готовы.
This is kind of weird. I'm not sure how I feel about any of this. I don't know how I feel about any of this. This is very strange. Quite aggressive of him to do so. Okay, I should keep making things. Okay, and now we make horse archers. I'm so confused. Okay, we have more than enough on wood, you boys. Let's go and pick up more deer. And singular knight in here. You boy, just do your thing. Go back, go back.
Дворе, направляйте, куда наказано есть! Ворози на подошвенный! Где трудницы нас несут?
Yeah, go back, go back.
Дайте мне работу.
Okay.
Обретен ворога!
I just accidentally got the wrong upgrade.
Ворог нападает!
Приготовляйтесь,
Дворе, скачу напрежь!
приготовляй. Ну,
Дайте мне работу.
останете воины. Слушаюсь.
Okay. Get me that mech there. Woo. Let's go, boys. Now we have more than enough to do so. Holy crap, that worked. That shouldn't have worked, but it did. Holy crap. Okay. We're on it, we're on it.
Слушайте все.
Okay, we might be in a little bit of a food situation here.
Слушайте надо.
Наказывай! Лучник! Садитесь на коней! Лучницы!
Okay.
Трудитесь надо.
Трудитесь над готовы, если
A few more of these. Possibly now I need to think about getting relics. That would be a good idea as well.
конный готов.
Okay.
Что накажете?
Слушайте все. Слушайте все.
Ожидаем наказ. Садитесь на коней. Сейчас! Лучницы, да!
Okay, and horses. Guess we'll just go for normal horsemen then.
Готово есть. Потрудитесь.
You guys.
Наказ слушайте надо.
Okay. Come on, boys.
Слушайте, сделано.
A little bit more on the delivery department. Got our upgrades coming in hot. There's my scout.
Противник готов наступать.
Приготовляйтесь, воины!
Alright, perfect.
Готовите! Наступаем! Готов! Апрель! Ворог!
He's pulling back because he's most likely using this to age up.
Уразумел! Приду стоит! Лучницы! Седлайте коней! Да! Садитесь на коней! Готовы! Повинуются! Уразумел! Наперед! Наперед! Слушаюся! Приготовляйтесь наказ!
Okay. Ooh, can I get another stable as well? You now. You go pick this up.
Лучницы, слушаются!
I definitely need more. Oh, there we go. I didn't even realize my knight went that far. Beautiful. Love that. Okay.
Посмотрите, наступаем! Послушание есть добродетель. Конный готов.
Куда направлять?
Слушайте, равняйся! Иду на задницы, грани готовиться! Ватниц, сейчас! Выступайте доблестно,
Okay.
трудитесь! Ватниц, приготовляйтесь, идем! Ватницы наказа ожидают! Уничтожайте противника!
Alright, next one.
Ватницы, смелее готовиться!
Holy shit, I'm actually quite surprised at how tanky that thing is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Boys, let's run out. Kind of sad
Готовы! Лучницы!
that I'm not able to get my horse upgrade yet.
Трудитесь надо.
Ожидаем уразумения.
Okay, let's go, boys.
Лучницы, лучницы, кони! Напред! Повинуйся! Я тебе спасибо! Ожидаем!
Damn. Me and my lack of everything. Oh, he pressed the Janissary button. That's a good button for me to get him to press. Okay, he's getting the Janissary button. I'm just gonna get more horse archers. Thanks, you guys. Let's go here.
Луч сейчас! Повинуйся! Сейчас!
Okay, next one, please.
Готов! Слушаюся!
Okay,
Дайте мне работу.
and +2.
Что накажете?
And we definitely need more horses. The fact that I don't have... Oh, there we go. That's the extra stable I was thinking about.
Слушай! Наступай!
For you guys, let's go back in.
Отправляйтесь!
We have to ask ourselves exactly where this man could be getting food from. And with him building that wall, I already have my indication.
Уничтожено! Стремлюсь к добродетели!
Okay.
Конь оседлый. Повинуюся. Исполнено будет.
Слушайте. Трудитесь надобно. Я лучник.
Righty,
Слушайте.
boys. Let's go see. These two horsemen can go all the way to the barriers. You guys are gonna go right onto the wood line. Not this many. I can possibly also invest in another TC. Although when you're playing Rus, you against Ottomans, you definitely don't want to get into a position where you're playing the late game. Oh. So with the amount of Sapahis he has, I am gonna keep all of these units I'm making. Let me just make sure we do a little bit of a transition here, boys.
Задницы. Задницы.
Okay,
Готовы, если.
good boys. Right on top of these.
Куда направляться? На месте.
Now, potentially, I need to think about what are going to be next steps. I need to do some real damage.
А люди приготовьтесь.
Ожидать.
Interesting.
Лучницы кони. Напряг. Ожидать. Лучницы. Седлать. Ожидать задницы.
Okay. It feels
Слушайте все.
Оставляю сокровищ. Сделано будет.
Под наказ слушайте надо. Я построю.
Готовы будете, воины. Готов. Лучницы кони. Напряг.
it's very strange not having. Okay, we see he's getting a lot of archers.
Надобно. Яко
I
приказ.
should potentially focus on getting all of my units upgraded here, and I should just fight. It's a pretty big army.
Стоять.
Put it in.
Тогда повинуйся надо.
Приду стоим. Напряг. Напряг. Лучницы. Седлайте коней. Сядь. Сделано будет.
Yeah.
Лучницы. Чист есть. Приду стоим. Лучницы кони. Напряг. Готовые. Лучницы кони готовы.
Okay, perfect. More horses, more horse archers, and you boys, a little bit more wood. I think I did have this upgrade. Let me just get my... Actually, mangonels would be nicer instead.
Люди.
Put it in. Mangonels, boys. So for you guys, let's go on in. And let me get all my horse archers and make a second raid group to go raid again. So it is just going to be a constant raiding situation. Double check this. Let's quickly go get into that wood line yet again. What rank is this guy? Oh, he's like a solid diamond one. Okay. So, if I lose this, I deserve to lose it.
Задницы.
All the way in. All the way in.
Задницы. Двигайтесь.
Every now and again getting a little villager is nice.
Лучницы кони.
Повинуюся.
Alright, so this thing is upgraded. Most of us over here.
Трудитесь надо.
Трудитесь надо.
And we are going to keep expanding, keep making units. I think now is probably the time where I have to consider...
Ожидаем наказ.
Oh, hello boys.
Лучницы. Седлайте
Wait,
коней.
can we get some damage? Yeah. Is there damage here? Yes!
Построено добро.
Mhm.
Стоять. Но
Приду стоим. Лучницы кони. Напряг. Уразуметь.
I should probably use this opportunity. Get one of these. Did I really? If I lose this, oh my god. It'd be so well deserved by him to win. Because my late game, mid game, and early game apparently, everything is just absolutely disgusting. Oh good god. Oh god. Luckily I'm on a second TC. Perfect. Okay.
Люди, приуготовляйтесь наказывать.
Повинуемся орудию ясную.
Лучницы, приготовляйтесь. Ожидайте наказа, лучницы.
Oh my god.
Что накажете? Сие построю скоро.
Okay, I think I'm okay again. I'm not great, don't get me wrong, I'm not great at all. He definitely did quite a bit of damage here, I would say. Maybe just a tad bit, hey?
Начинаю с
Maybe just a tad bit. Okay.
наказ слушайте надобно.
I feel like with horsemen, or not horsemen, what is the other thing? With, what do I make against this? Just mangonels, right? Because these are janissaries. I can't do much against janissaries with my units. Okay, just get more archers, I guess.
Трудитесь и приуготовляйтесь.
Наказом следует. Ожидай, яко прикажете.
Орудие садное готовьте.
Лучницы,
Now we're gonna switch to crossbows a little bit. You boys give me a few houses. And get back onto stone. Okay. Now, there's one thing I'm not doing right. Or one. There's many things I'm not doing right. And that's not getting control of his side of the map. Now, I don't do very well with doing that with military units. So I'm just gonna play with my own strengths. And do that with villagers. I know how to do this with villagers. I need to stick to my skills. Okay.
идите, лучницы. Идите, лучницы, поскору. Яко прикажете. Войны, напрячь поскору. Наказ исполняет.
Okay. Okay, the rest of you guys, let's quickly get some.
Слушайте все.
All my 3 idols. Yeah. Alright, boys.
Люди, приготовившись, я построю сие.
Начинаю искать их.
Потрудихся и зря. Трудитесь, она. Люди, приуготовляйтесь и наказы слушайте.
I feel like we might need to overinvest here. I say overinvest, but I think it's just the right amount of investment.
Войни, наказы слушай, слушаюся. Повинуюсь, долг несть. Слушайте, готов, если направляемся.
Стрелы много!
I think I'm cooked. Oh no! I think I'm cooked! Oh no! Oh, I should probably make more units.
Повинуюсь чести.
Oh no.
Поспешаю
Oh, good God. Oh. Oh, no. Guys, I suck at this game all of a sudden. What happened to me? I left for the LAN and I was like almost Kong 2 and now? Das ist ein Problem, ja. Oh no. I think I'm cooked. Guys, I'm cooked. Okay. Okay, it's fine. I'm done. I think I might be hanging up my my skill badge. It's over. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Guys, I have an announcement. We are going to be addressing the controversy. This controversy, everything. I have so many unread messages on Discord. I have, I think, probably like 70 unread messages. I have emails. I have 6 million things I still need to get to. There's like a whole list. And I have so much anxiety about it because not just this controversy, but like the whole string of things that happened. But this is not what this is about. What this is about is we're going to be talking about the LAN. So let's quickly go to the LAN. Now, I'm really hoping that Mr. Tommy has sent me all my things that I needed. I really, really hope so. But yes, in general, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be talking about different things that happened at the LAN. So this is going to be chaotic because I didn't plan it properly because I'm an actual idiot who just doesn't plan things as I should, when in actual fact that would make my life so much easier. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, anyway, let's quickly go to an incognito tab. Let's start there. Incognito tab so nobody can see which porn I watch, you know? Okay, anyway, so let me just get where I wrote down some notes. I wanted ChatGPT to write out the whole thing for me, but I realized I just want to speak from the heart. I think it's going to be easier than trying to do this with all these situations. So let's quickly put myself here, and I'm going to add a little bit of a, let me just hide everything so that there can be no interruptions. Display caption. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, it's controversy time. No, I'm joking. We're going to start off with the things nice and easy. So, guys, this is where Tommy is going to go and insert the clip of me speaking Danish at the LAN. I was so excited. Let's go right there. Let's start there. I streamed it on Beastie's channel, so it's going to be nice and easy to just go from the VODs there, because I know SteelSeries, they don't always keep the VODs public. So let's quickly see. Oh, no. View all. 1 second. Please tell me it doesn't cut off at... Yes, there we go. There we go. So, did they even double stream it on Beastie's channel? I have no idea. Okay. Give me 1 second. Day 2. SteelSeries land in 3 days. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we don't have it. Okay. Oh, we do have it. Okay. Now, I'm not going to listen to their music, because if I do, then everything is going to get demonetized, and, you know, I'm not going to be going through that. So, basically... Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, Whamen's here. Let's listen to her Danish. Hold on. How do I go back? Oh my god. Oh, that is such a killer outfit. Oh, damn. Who dresses her?
We've all tried this. Ready to game,
Hej
but
alle
then your
sammen, og
battery...
velkommen til Masters of Steel her i smukke Copenhagen.
Oh, it was still the voice from the previous one. There we go. There we go.
Vi er glade for at være her i Danmark, landet med hygge, vikinger og verdens bedste bro.
I did not want to hear my own voice. Oh my god. Guys, we were in Denmark. It was crazy. We had 4 miraculous days with a very tight time schedule. We actually planned to do a specific amount of games in a day. And because the venue had to be shut down at a specific time, we had to change the schedule the day of. So definitely was a little chaotic, but we should have foreseen that happening, because in Denmark there are some employment laws we have to abide by, and we could not keep the employees there too late. So yes, this studio is absolutely fantastic, but it did have a little bit of a time limit. So all of these guys were competing for this one beautiful trophy that we see over there. And I would like to show you guys, give me 1 second, that trophy up close. So here are my event pictures that you guys can see on my screen. Hopefully I don't leak anything of my own. I doubt I don't have anything that incriminating on here. Let's quickly go find that trophy. Guys, that was one damn beautiful trophy. And it is not in this folder, actually. There we go, held by Marine Lord. Give me 1 second. I need to find that thing. Hold on. There we go. I have the album publicly. It's in the middle. It's too late now. All right. So, trophy. There we go. Trophy. Guys, all of these photos are publicly available. We put them in. The photographers also here so you can see who they are. This trophy was handcrafted, handsmithed by a wonderful person at working with SteelSeries, and it was a destruction. Just look at that. So Marine Lord got to take home this thing. I don't know how the shipping worked. That's for SteelSeries. That is not for me. So basically, it happened in Denmark. We had 8 players from across the world. It was fan-freaking-tastic. The best of the best. I think a lot of us missed some people there, like, for example, Lucifron, who just couldn't qualify over CSO. And I think another person, who else would we have said? Numedan almost qualified as well. So would have loved to see Demo too, but I think Demo also could not participate. He was away for that weekend. And B, of course. And that was such a big issue because most people that needed to come, or not most, many, needed to get visas. And B, being from Russia, I don't even think he's considered trying to qualify, because getting a visa, it is not so easy. Now, Anatant also did need a visa, and he did make it though, which we're very, very happy about. And honestly, the LAN itself, it was absolutely phenomenal to just have this environment around us. The people there were very, very competent. Like this man behind the scenes, he was insanely good at just controlling absolutely every aspect of production. Nili was there as well, but you can see the professional setup was there. There was a lot of stress, but also a lot of friendly faces. People were very happy. We had a few viewers who came in, and these legendary mousepads we had back at King of the North, they're still making the rounds, and you can see how much he's traveled with this, because he's gotten a lot of signatures. There's even KP from King of the North. So this mousepad, it even has Cat here. That's from King of the Rockies. How crazy is that? Oh, not King of the Rockies, King of the Garrison. The Garrison, there we go. So we had a pretty cool atmosphere, but it was only volunteers, and it was only pro players and SteelSeries people. So we had no audience. The audience were the volunteers. That's why a lot of people from Age of Empires just couldn't attend. A big question was, where was Voldemar? Voldemar was not one of our volunteers, and even though he's Danish, he is an example of someone who was going to be a spectator, and just the LAN did not cater to spectators, because that's one of the main questions people have asked me. So yes, it was, oh my god, look at the trophy. See, this is ADHD. So basically, Marine Lord won the event. What a surprise. So big talent we had there, Marine Lord winning the event. And yes, we'll talk about all of those things a little bit later. But what I wanted to point out as well is the talent we had there. Oh my goodness, guys, we had Crackety, and this was probably the shot of the event. This photo just said exactly what the vibe was. Winston, the most wholesome man in the world, and Crackety, absolutely amazing caster. The best person you could have at an event like this. He was fantastic. Now, Winston, on the other hand, he just brought all the knowledge and it was just crazy. We even had my admin, Tommy, from chat. He flew in all the way from South Africa. And Alyona came with Gentlemates. He had his little casting desk here. It was pretty funny. He had a very professional setup there at the SteelSeries studio. But he wanted to be here on site with the players. And it was phenomenal. I can see why he wanted to be there as well. Aside from that, the rest of the team, we had Corvinus there too, which was a last-minute addition, and he did phenomenally. He was our analyst, and he just asked the questions. And when we had production issues at the back, he extended the time. I feel like Corvinus, he's never been to like an S-tier event or anything, but Corvinus did amazingly. I was so proud of him. Absolutely phenomenal. This man, you could just see the positivity shining from him. Everything he did because he loves the game. There was no instance where you're like, someone had a negative attitude. Corvinus, he was like the shining example of what someone should feel about the game. So, fantastic performance from Corvinus. I am so glad that we had this man here. So, yes, Corvinus, we had Crackety, Myriad. Myriad also just phenomenal. I know this was also like a big moment for him, but my goodness. The team behind the scenes was fantastic as well. As we had Cal there, Cal was, without this man, I don't think we would have ever had the type of production quality we could have had here. You can see these player cards. He did something in vMix that just pre-coded all of the stats that the players sent in, and it displayed so well there too. Now I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. My wonderful friend Theoray and our player manager Cascade from AoE Full World, he's standing there behind Theoray. I don't actually think we snapped a picture of the man, but yeah, all in all, oh yeah, the flags were great. The flags were fantastic. The flags behind the players, they were waving. That is just what you get if you have the best production crew, right? So I think this definitely set the standard for what an AoE 4 LAN could be like, but the money needed for something like this is insane. Vodka was also there in person, and yeah, fantastic. If it wasn't for any of these people, I think the LAN would not have gone as smooth as it did. I could not have pulled off any of this without them. Every single time someone's like, congratulations, I'm like, no, not me, them. Even here we have Tore. Tore is from Norway and he did our videography, while Shuki did our photography as well, and he also helped with videos. And we just had an amazing crew here. It was fantastic. So I'm going to stop gushing about the crew. If I missed anyone, I am so, so sorry. I did not forget you. Just in this moment, I did. Oh, God. So we have to talk about the matches, the winners, etc. So let's quickly go to Liquipedia and go to Masters of Steel. Let's quickly go through here. So we wanted to give everyone a moment on the stage, but because of the time constraints, it was not possible. Can you show the whole crew pick as well? Rika, I have no idea where to find it. I have no idea. I have no idea where that thing is posted, but I have no idea where it is. We should definitely... Ooh, sorry about the flashbang, guys. I just realized. So we had some pretty standard starts, like Marine Lord 3 wanting CSO. Let's zoom in a little bit. Wham and Vortex, as we can see, Wham taking down Vortex, which I think was a little bit of an upset. Vortex is a very standout player. It's Marine Lord's videographer. Okay, I'll reach out. Thank you, Shige. Marine Lord and Wham, though, this game, very, very close. This was probably Wham's way of showing us he means business. Wham was amazing. He came in here and he almost took down number one. And Vortex coming in pretty strong as well. This was a pretty important game here because, you know, this decides so much. But Wham, Marine Lord making it through, and Beastie Louis, pretty stunning performance here. Beastie had a pretty dominating stance over Louis. And from this, I think a lot of people expected him to give Marine Lord a pretty good go there in the finals. But we'll talk about that in a second. The semifinals, Marine Lord 4-0ing Louis. That I think nobody could have predicted because Louis just won a major EGC Oh, there's a dark theme. Oh my god, there's a dark theme. So, Marine Lord, he definitely looked strong at this point. But Louis just won an EGC championship. And in that case, it feels like there should have been an instance there where Louis had a shot of taking him down, right? So, yeah. Basically, I just quickly wanted us to go through a few clips of these to just talk about what happened between them. So, Wham and Vortex, I think this is something that a lot of people could not have predicted. Definitely did not look clear on who's going to take this one. But you can see here, this was pretty close. One win the other way, one win the other way, etc. And it definitely looked pretty scary. But Wham versus Vortex here. Let's quickly take a look at clip here.
Kind of a weak hit there against all the archers.
The archer died, but it was very fast reaction by Whamen.
Yeah.
I like that, how fast he
Coven
reacted.
is.
But this is a really good showcase, and now a lot of viewers can learn about this. If you see a white tower, just ignore it. Like, you don't need to stop there and try to siege down. Just go around, and that's what.
I love that. Corvin is just saying, ignore the white tower. I think a lot of people forget that most of the time. So, Wham in this game, definitely at the front, I would say, from the start. And I believe that Vortex took this one from Wham. And this just shows you how quickly a game... Wait, was this the one?
Oh, Wham is just diving in and, wow, even just tapping GG.
Oh, yes, sorry. This was the other one. This was the initial one. So, Wham and Vortex, Wham took him down 3-1 here, but later on, it got a lot closer, and Vortex actually looked like he was going to be in there for redemption. So after that, we also just, let's quickly take a look at Wham and Louis for third place.
This is the only shot he has. He's sitting behind his keeps, hoping that the TC fires rockets at these units right now, but that mass is massive from Wham, and he just keeps rallying units. You see lines of blue making their way straight towards Louis' base, and it just doesn't look like Louis is going to find the miracle he needs to keep this game going. Now going into the archer.
I can't listen to my voice, guys. That's done. We can't listen to that. Move cams down. Oh, yeah. 1 second. There we go. I'm down here. But the fact that we had the player camera set up and everything, you can see the looks on people's faces. You can see every single bit of reaction coming out of there. And I love the fact that we can implement this most likely for online events as well, especially getting the player cams in this position. Now, what we can see, luckily these two went for the handshake, because at this point, none of the players did handshakes because everyone was so caught up in the moment. But this was a pretty big one, because again, Louis just won his first S tier the previous 2 weeks before this. And Wham taking him down is massive. A lot of players at this point told us that they did not like having a third place match, because if you make it all the way here, it's pretty hard to say, oh, I got third, but there was a third place match and you didn't. When you get third, fourth. So yes, it's definitely a pretty tough thing to go up against. I think also in person, Louis winning the last LAN that we had at the Garrison definitely set a precedent, and Wham came in swinging. Honestly, Wham did a phenomenal job. I am so happy with this man's performance. It was phenomenal. Now, let me go back to my list and talk about what's next. So, we want to, like, again, the main thing here, Marine Lord took the win. He did a phenomenal job of doing so. But Wham needs to be commended here. He did everything to shut down all these top players. He even went 3-2 against Marine Lord in the group stages, which at this point, I think Wham we're expecting a lot from him from here on out. But basically, what we do need to address is the things we did wrong. I think that in this event, I say we because I'm part of the organization, and what we did wrong was definitely with some of the remake decisions, and not the one you're thinking about, but the one where the boar spawned pretty close to the TC. Now, I don't know if Tommy has that clip for me. I would really, really like if anyone has that clip, there was a situation on Mountain Clearing where the boar spawned close to, I think it was Puppy Paw's base. And at that point, our admin went around to all the pro players and he asked people, should this be a remake? Should this be a remake? And most players, I say most, but it was overwhelming. The overwhelming majority said, Puppy versus Anatand, yeah, that was offline. Oh yeah, that's why we don't have it. Most of the players said no, it should not be a remake. But after the event, they came back and they were like, oh, that should have been a remake. And at that point, we also consulted with people who are involved with the development of the game. And the response was, I'm not sure. I've never seen anything like it. And I think that was one of those moments where, when not sure, especially in a situation like that, the remake should be done. But the remake was already considered by minute 2. And because we took the feedback from all the pro players, I think this should have been done, from my perspective, but I'm not the admin. Again, but I think most people now, afterwards, it's always better in hindsight, right? Afterwards, people decide like, oh, this should have been the way. So honestly, in my opinion, that should have been a remake now. But in that moment, because of what we got from the pro players, what we got from people working with the game, we were just saying, okay, let them play it out. Because that was the best decision we could have made in the moment. And again, in hindsight, different decisions should be made. And this is also something that we are now going to be doing with other admin decisions. So the other big mistake, give me 1 second. I just want to double check. I did write it down here somewhere. Oh yes, big mistake. And this is something we didn't actually know was an issue until pretty recently when we sat or we saw people in a Discord call during a tournament. And people were helping each other draft. And this happened at the LAN as well. There were a bunch of people who were helping one another draft. And this is not something that's isolated to IRL events. This happened at the IRL event, and it also happens online quite a lot. And this is where some lower ranked pro players get a friend of theirs to sit in the call with them and help them draft. And I didn't think you would have to put this in a rule book, but you cannot do that. You can't just sit there and help another pro player do their draft, because drafting is a skill in itself. Drafting is not something you can take for granted. And this is something that's pretty wild that I should have foreseen, I would say. But this was something that I would say is not uncommon. But we're definitely going to make that as part of the rule set. And I will be contacting EGC and the other tournament organizers about that. It's something that's happening in every tournament because it's part of the pre-game, right? So, yes, that is something that was a big mistake, but it's a mistake that, again, we saw in hindsight. So, I do see a question in the chat, and I'll quickly answer that. I have a question for you as a tournament organizer. For these massive tourneys with tons of money and stakes, why is there not a list of tested seeds for each map to ensure balanced spawns? Because the game, firstly, is supposed to spawn correctly. Bugged spawns are very rare, but it leaves the issue towards the admin. So let's say you have Dry Arabia, and we did talk to the players about this as well. If you have 50 pre-approved Dry Arabias, but the spawn is still the one guy spawns with a front gold and a back gold. Now, one of those has an advantage, depending on their civilization. And when they lose, they can be like, yeah, but someone chose that seed. I lost because of my seed. So the moment you put pre-seeded maps in there, even if they're approved by the players, it leaves a lot of problems too, because someone is going to get blamed. And they would rather have it be random. Because the other problem is they would also have to now go before tournaments, load in 20 seeds and approve them. And most players are not going to do that. So yeah, that's not something that we can do. And the moment the admin does it, the arguments come, yeah, but the admin made that map. The admin decided to put that map into the map pool. And that, again, is not something that you can be working with. Give me 1 second, I need to take a sip. So, would it be okay if they had a coach help them draft? Coaches are allowed in other games. So, no. For now, no. This is not League of Legends. This is not Dota. This is not CS. This is a 1v1 game with 1v1 skills. And from my perspective, this is not going to be something we can do. RTS has not set the precedent for letting players draft with a coach. How can you please them drafting? Well, we can hope they're honest, or we can put them all in a call and they can draft in that moment. That will mitigate the chances of it actually happening. So, yes, we would definitely do that. Because even KP, I see you're here. There's been instances of it happening in KPMM as well. Just so you know, like we're aware, we found out about this through a Discord call, and that's up to you if you think that's right or not. Because I think this is something that we should definitely have a call about as all of the tournament organizers, right? So, yeah, we should definitely get on top of that. It feels like there's a little bit of that unfairness, and then it might make the games a little bit different if we do so. So, yes. All in all, let me answer the rest of the questions. You didn't assume they would be run by the players. Yeah, the problem is just then the admin gets blamed if someone loses. And we've seen what happens to poor admins. So yes. Is Vortex on Fox now? Oh. Who would Beastie's coach be? Yeah, that's the thing. Coaches can be lower rated than the players. Like, I think a good example is Matisse. Matisse is a coach for VES. And he often helps his players draft. It's not against the rules. So for him, that's perfectly fine. He's staying within it, and that's his form of coaching. But I think it is something that will be removed. Okay, let me just quickly see what other questions there are. If they live discuss the draft while it's going on instead of they can prepare ahead of the draft, but while the draft is happening, that cannot happen. So, yes. Anyone else? Any questions before we go to the next topic? Oh, not the next topic. The next situation. Okay. Now, the game that people... there were a few remakes, by the way. There was another remake in Beastie's game where he spawned without a stone. There was another remake with Wham vs. Beastie, I think. And those were deemed remakes by the pro players. A lot of the decisions that we make is made with the consent of the other pros. We don't ask them to say what should it be. We ask them to give a percentage. To give a percentage of how over was the game. Now, the big question that a lot of people had questions about, it was about the crash of Empires. About the game that crashed between Beastie and Marine Lord. Now, in the moment, I believe the right decision was made. I don't think we could have made a better decision with the information that we had. All the pro players that we asked after the fact, not all of them, there were maybe one or two that steered one way or the other. We had one player that said Marine Lord was ahead, and then we had one player that said Beastie should be getting the win. The rest of the players agreed that they were between it's pretty even or Beastie is ahead. But every single person we spoke to at that LAN said this should be a remake. It's unfortunate for Beastie, but this should be a remake. After the fact, we did go and speak to them again. And we did ask them about where they landed now. And now, a lot of players say, in hindsight, this should have been a win for Beastie. But some players still say it should still be a remake because of the percentages that was provided. Now, this is an unfortunate situation. Beastie was ahead. My opinion, my biased wife opinion. You know, it is what it is. But at the same time, I say this after speaking to so many pro players. I say this after those interactions. But I still don't think the auto win should have been given. That's, again, my low-ranked opinion. So I should not be having a huge say in this. Most of the players agreed that this was about a 65-35 or a 60-40. Some players now think that this was a 70-30, 75-25. But in that moment, that was the best decision that could have been made. And we are learning from this. I think this is now something where we need to have a call with all the pro players and decide what happens in a situation like this. Well, honestly, we want a replay function. Thank you. But we can also ask, should we take a 20-minute break, sit down, have all 8 contestants sit down and watch that replay, and then have a vote on it? Do we then, and not vote on your friend, this is a situation where it's an anonymous vote, where you write down the numbers and you say, like, this is the amount that they were ahead. So this is not something that's easy, and there won't be a perfect solution to it, but it's the best we can do in a game that just doesn't have the replay function. So all of those we need to discuss with the players. We need to get the players to say, hey, I would be okay with granting a win at 65-35. I would be okay with a win at 55-45. But as Tommy was actually in the Gentlemates video. They made a video about this. He said to them, 10 minutes before this, Marine Lord was ahead. So for him, if the game crashed at that time, should he have given the win to Marine Lord? Same issue. So it's a tough situation. So we'll still decide what to do with pro players. But what we found out is what's happening now is not working as it should. Well, we would like a replay function, please. Thank you. That's it. That's the solution to this. But it's all about what we can do with the things we have, right? We can't make things happen otherwise. So that is about the mistakes that we had. We will talk about the controversy that followed that later. And you see my serious face. There's a reason. So maps, I feel like maybe next step for us will also be to get maps pre-seeded. But again, that is a very sticky situation. We'll talk to the pro players about it. We'll publish the schedule super early. And we will always make sure that people have the snacks they need to push through. But now, honestly, I think the one thing that people have been waiting for that we do need to talk about, and this is a very tough situation for me, because I think what went down at the event was completely unacceptable. It definitely, it shook me, really. And I have the proof here in front of me. So, guys, this is MSN. And during this event, I went to the shop and I bought myself a high-protein strawberry milkshake. Now, this high-protein strawberry milkshake, it looked delicious. I was very excited for this thing. And it disappeared. You know, it disappeared out of the fridge. To be fair, it was a communal fridge, but I did put it, sorry, I can't be serious too long. I did put it at the back of the fridge. Nobody would see it. And found it there in HD. That is the strawberry milkshake. The high protein strawberry milkshake. And honestly, MSN has stream sniped me several times. He sniped me in FFAs. But this, I cannot get by this. The fact that my milkshake disappeared and it's caught on camera. The culprit right here. Heartbreaking. What was Emerson doing there if he wasn't participating? He was a practice partner with one of the with the players. So yeah, the real life controversy. Okay. I just wanted to address this because I feel like this is something that hit close to home. And yeah. Anyway. MSN, I hope someone clips this for him and so we can actually go through that. Anyway, okay, now on to the real controversy. So, Marine Lord and Beastie went on a little bit of rampage there, didn't they? Now, I was in a weird position here because I just did the most stressful thing of my life. I just hosted an event with SteelSeries and Copenhagen, flying people from all the world, visa issues, everything. Beastie tweets scammed right after the event. And I know it wasn't directed at me, but it was directed at the event in that moment. And that messed with me. Like, if I must be honest, like, I was on like a little high, of course, of the event. It was great, but then he tweeted that out. And honestly, I must say, I was very much thrown off. The fact is, it's your right? You're allowed to tweet what you feel. I'm not your Twitter police. But that's where the lines cross between personal relationship and professional relationship, right? Because he needed my support as his wife. I needed his support as my husband. And I'm the tournament organizer and he's the player that got fucked over, as he would have said in that point. And I think still would say. So that definitely made that moment very difficult for me. And that's on the personal note. And that's okay. Like, I'm very good at keeping my things separate, right? It is what it is. But then the shit-talking started between these two. And I feel like I watched the clips that were referenced. I have all the footage that I need to have to be able to talk about this. But I'm not going to start another drama here. I'm going to say this bluntly, and I would just like all of you pro players who participate in these events, this behavior is absolutely unacceptable, and this is not going to happen again. Not in the slightest. I understand when you are feeling overwhelmed or anything, but Marine Lord, in the moment, I feel like when I watched the footage, he reacted appropriately. He did misread the situation. But the behavior afterwards, unacceptable. Beastie's behavior, completely unacceptable as well. I don't think it's fair to go ahead and just go type scammed, you know? That's already really disrespectful. But then what happened after and the videos that followed after, it was very aggressive. And it's fine if you stand by your words, but it's not something I want to condone in my events. I can't police what you guys do on your private channels. I can't police what you guys do on Twitch or anything. But handle this like men and don't make a scene like you have. And I think that is what this comes down to. I wanted to come in here and I wanted to tell you guys, like, hey, this is what happened. These are the facts. But it was completely unacceptable. And no warnings are issued. I'm just telling you guys this is not going to happen again. And we will probably put this in the rule books. So, setting precedent. So, all in all, I love both of these players. I think Marine Lord is fantastic. I think as a human being, I've watched him grow. I'm absolutely blown away by his growth. But give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Work is messaging. Hey, need me? Work might be needing me. Give me 1 second. Can you give me 10? Okay, work is calling me. So, yes, I love Marine Lord. I think he's grown into something, you animal, like someone spectacular. I think the way he conducts himself in general is wonderful in person, and it's really like grown from the StarCraft days. Beastie, on the other hand, love him too. But it doesn't make this okay. And I want these guys to do amazing, and I want them to keep playing. And I know this is now also leading to a little bit of animosity in the community, but the animosity stays on their channels, and we're not going to drag it into other tournaments. I guess this is the birth of like a massive rivalry. So all in all, it happened. It is what it is. But all in all, it is over now. Hopefully no more controversy. And yes, that's all. So anyway, is there anything that you guys want to ask? Let's quickly go through the chat. I'm just going to scroll up, but my scrolling is a little bit busted. I don't know why my OBS doesn't want to scroll. So yes. It is a Marine Lord's fault, not the admin's fault. Exactly. This is not Marine Lord's fault. This is not the admin's fault. The game just doesn't have the functionality. There should not be a desync. But there was. You know, we can't do anything about that. But it happened. It's unfortunate. And Beastie did get effed over in that moment by the game, but not by Marine Lord, not by the admin. And if Marine Lord told the admin, I think I was ahead, and Beastie said, I think I was ahead, that did not sway his decision. The admin made the decision based on what he knew at the time of the game. And that's okay. How will you judge any future possible disconnects? This is what we're going to decide with the players. We are going to get that percentage thing. We talked about this a little bit earlier, how we're going to handle it. Get them to help us make that decision. Do we go on to the next game? And then come back to this one in the meantime? That's a good question as well, but we will ask them. In my opinion, the pro players need to make this decision, not me, not the tournament admin. This is a decision by the players for the players. Because, and I'm not going to ask people in the top 16 to make that decision. I'm going to ask the top 12 or the top 8. Because this is the people it affects the most, depending on the tournament, of course. So, yes. What if the pro players are biased? That's why we're going to talk to them beforehand. But if they're biased, we'll notice. We'll notice. Luckily, there's no precedent set for it just yet. Most pro players think the remake was the right call anyway. Exactly. That was the right call. It wasn't the fair call to Beastie in that moment, but the game crashing was not fair. But the problems we're having at this point is not fair, you know? So, Marine Lord disconnects. Does Beastie? No, of course the players participating don't get to make that decision. So, yes. Why can't we just decide crash outcomes for fair game of Twister? That is possible. Or boxing even. Why can't we just box it out? Yeah. All in all. So no need to answer it if you don't want to, but did you discuss this with Beastie as well? Yeah, of course we discussed it. I think we discussed this extensively. And I don't think it wasn't necessarily tournament organizer to Beastie. I think that the line is very blurred, and we still need to learn to balance between those two. Definitely. It does make things a little bit more difficult. But yeah. Quick blitz chess game to decide who wins. As Rudar has redeemed the Marine Piscine. Honestly, I don't understand why this was even a problem. Because really, you need to fix your video game. I don't understand why we are still struggling with this in 2025. But yeah, I love Relic or World's Edge and whatever they're doing. But it would be really nice if they could get this one fixed. So yes, rejoin function, exactly. The game crashed, only a remake's possible? Most of the time. In this case, yes. So yes, I stand by my admin. I will stand by him whenever I believe he's right, and I will not put this on him and punish him because there's masses disagreeing. It's just an unfortunate situation. Is there a GoFundMe to help Beastie and Reload be friends again? I think we need to give that one a little break. Sometimes it's important to give people a chance to chill, right? Okay. But anyway, so guys, that is it. Have you talked with Marine Lord? Of course. I talked to Marine Lord and I talked to Beastie. Of course. But yeah, all in all, it is what it is. We got into this situation and we'll get out again. It's just going to take a little while for these wounds to heal, right? But anyway, I am going to send you guys elsewhere because work needs me. They have messaged me and they are spamming me. They need to publish something urgently on the site. Otherwise, things will be crashing. So I'm going to send you guys over to Sassy. Have fun. And hopefully I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. But we'll talk soon. So thanks for watching, guys. And thank you for supporting an amazing event. We'll hopefully put up a lot more of those. So talk to you guys next time. Bye. Now, for those of you on YouTube, I'm still struggling to end the stream. So, you know. Oh.